I'm Ben Ilfeld, and I'm with Adglue. Adglue is an ad-serving platform, and we're based out of Sacramento, California. Well, it's been a long road. In Sacramento, we started the Sacramento Press, which is an online publication that serves local and hyper-local news. We also interact really deeply with the community there. We built the CMS for that from the scratch, so we're all geeks. We wanted to do something great for our community. We also created Sloan, which was an online ad network of sites similar to the Sacramento Press. Really the idea was to bring a lot of people together in order to present advertisers with a solution where they could place one ad buy. And then with Adglue, it's been a huge struggle. I mean, starting up a new company when you're in the midst of other startups is difficult. But with Sacramento Press maturing and with Sloan maturing, that's the ad network, we wanted to take it to the next level. And we wanted to solve what we saw as the #1 problem for small advertisers in our market. Well, so far so good. I can't complain. We have a really great dev team, and so we've hit all of our milestones when it comes to development. But we're just getting to the point where we're about to push this thing out. So the only reason that we're not launched today is we're waiting on our merchant account. So, you know, if you're starting a startup and you want to do recurring payments and work on credit systems and things like that, then I think make sure to plan ahead when creating your merchant account. Do that earlier rather than later. So if anything's tripped me up, it's probably that. And of course, we're testing a lot of assumptions in the market. Adglue is a really revolutionary system where advertisers have the ability to glue their ad or place it next to content they like with the click of a button. And of course, we think that advertisers will like this. We've surveyed advertisers and they seem to like this. We've demoed this for advertisers and they seem to like this. But when you put it in the market and you attach a price to that, that's really where we get to see where the rubber hits the road. I'm really excited to test those assumptions. I've been really lucky in terms of networking and knowing people from being in the publishing industry. So other publishers, ad agencies, executives at places like, say, the Boston Globe or the Philadelphia Inquirer, Las Vegas Sun, or even tech contacts that I've made at Google or Mashable, these are people who are great resources. So for us, the most useful resource is our own network. And I don't mean network in the sense of fundraising necessarily, but strategic partners, advisory board members, people who have experience and knowledge, domain knowledge in the industry we're going into. That's the most useful resource we have. Well, a lot of people always say it when they say you have a revolutionary advertising platform. Are you about to go head-to-head with a Google or a Facebook? I think in a lot of ways we're not, because we're facing the local-to-local display advertising market. That's a very specific niche of the overall online advertising market, but it's got really fierce competition. So instead of an abyss, I would say I'm staring at a sea of people who are clanging swords and against each other, against their armors, and there's a huge war out there on the streets going on between Yellow Pages and Groupon, between your local rag daily and your local weekly, between contest promotions at the radio station and online social media engagement campaigns that we offer. So we're really trying to sidestep that Scrum, but it's very difficult, of course. Well, I believe in, my passion is about the importance of soft institutions. One of the most important for us is the local media ecosystem. This is really where people come together in free spaces to make differences in their community. And it happens as a collaboration between what we used to call the audience, media, and small business. And sometimes, as a publisher, I even forget that we need to be as inclusive and engaging with small business as we are with our audience members, our community that are contributing posts to the Sacramento Press, commenting, giving us leads, and really driving stories forward. But if you want to have a healthy local media ecosystem, you have to pay at least equal attention to all of these relationships. Well, one person I can say right off the bat, Jim Brady, who's on our advisory board, I find him to be a really inspiring guy. At the Washington Post, Jim was really focused on making digital a unique, an interesting product, a local product, a way to cover stories that hadn't been covered before in different ways. And seeing digital as a way to tell stories in a different capacity, that is a really exciting kind of, to me, that's a very exciting hero of mine. In addition, he went from there to this project called TBD. And for those who aren't familiar with what TBD attempted to do, it was really to cover local lock, stock, and barrel. It was a really ambitious project online. And I think that the successes and the failures of TBD were things that we all learned from in the local independent online journalism community. And when I created Adglue, I really wanted to address one of the big problems with all of these types of experiments, which is bringing revenue in, having engagement happen not just with users, but now also with advertisers and small businesses within the community. That was an important missing link in this ecosystem, and I really look up to Jim for providing a lot of those other linkages. Now he's at the head of Digital First, which is, I think, the second largest newspaper publisher by circulation in the United States. But you can tell by their name, Digital First, that they've made a drastic change. And I think Jim has a lot to do with that as well. So he's a big hero of mine and inspiration.